Oh, hey guys. I'm looking at a new model that I 3D printed. This isn't the well. This is going to be the end, one of the end products, but the original product is this little guy. Look at him. He's just so tiny, so cute, and he is about the same size as a guardsman slash. I wouldn't say he's the same size as a space marine, but he's in the ballpark. Just needed to scale him up a wee bit. So I scaled him up, and now he's definitely in that ballpark. And this miniature is going to be it's going to get some going to get some milliput and a bit of green stuff and some other custom sculpting work done on it from me. But this is going to be my stand-in for Fabius Bile. I do have a Fabius Bile model. I've got one of the original metal ones where he's standing there holding his weapons either side, which I think that was like a generic pose for the 80s and 90s for most characters. I mean, Abaddon the Despoiler standing here. Like, what you gonna do, bruh? And they did it with all their characters. It's stupid. And the newer one is plastic, and he's doing a striding forward thing. I do like that pose. But it's not the pose I'm looking for. I'm looking for like this is going to be Fabius Bile. I'm going to be using Fabius's stats and whatnot and stuff like that. But this is going to be even for Chaos, this is going to be a renegade clone of Fabius. This clone of Fabius, he went and saw Trazon the Infinite to try and get his Fulgrim clone back. That's the story arc I'm going with. So he's got a bit of Necron tech in him, namely his leg. So he's going to have a bit of Necron tech. He's going to have a little bit of Mechadendrite, Dark Mechanicum kind of vibe. That's what I'm going for anyway. And I'm going to sculpt some better hair. The hair on this head's pretty good. It really is. This is a model from. I got it from my mini factory. That's where I got it from. Could not remember where I got it from. I got it from my mini factory. I found it while looking for alternate I found it while looking for alternate one second. I found it while I was looking for alternate Fibulus bar models, and here he is. And so yeah, he's a good model. It's currently got a there's currently a 50% off code, BF24, and it's from Station Forge, the Vengeful Flesh Weaver. I do like the pose that he's in, and it does come in multiple different parts. You can get one with a gun. I chose one with the rod and whatnot. I think it's well worth the $6, and it's an amazing model. It's very detailed, and I can't wait to throw some paint on it for you guys. There is some more models actually that this guy's got. I'm thinking about snagging. So let me fix the mount. And in the last video, I spent quite literally minutes arguing with the mount, trying to get the microphone to work properly, but I got it working. Anyway, guys, so what I wanted to show you was how to scale up your miniatures. And I'm also going to add a little bit of a bonus into this. This is ChiliBox Pro 2.0, which is the only slicing software that I use. I also use another tool to help me after setting up my ChiliBox. So what I'm going to do is, when you buy a model that's pre-supported, this is a bit of a personal gripe, and that is I cannot stand these skate style supports. They cause nothing but suction cups on your bed, which will tear your FEP sheet, which will make resin go everywhere. Now, a lot of people are like, what do you mean? It is a common so we can get rid of that one. It's a common base. No, it's only common in lychee slicer. Okay, and lychee, and this is how you can tell that this model was supported in lychee slicer, because lychee slicer always uses skate-based anchors. Printer, because bear in mind, this is going to be printing upside down. This is going to be printing like this. Okay, you've basically made suction cups. And most people are like, what do you mean? I'm like, if you've made a lip, an angled lip, and these suction cups are going to cause a lot of issues for printers with even marginally used FEP sheets. Now, every time you use a FEP sheet or an FEP sheet, slowly but surely it will start losing layers through the chemical reaction of the heat hitting the resin curing, and it leaches FEP from the sheet, which is going to cause the sheet to eventually get gouges, scrapes, things of that nature. It happens. No FEP sheet is impenetrable. They will eventually leach. They will leach chemicals from your resin. Now, when that happens, okay, there's really not much you can do about that other than just replace the FEP sheet. I have a white folder up there that is full of FEP sheets because I used to go through them like crazy because of these shit fucking supports. Okay, these are shit supports. Okay, not these, the anchors. Okay, and you can't change them. Okay, you as the consumer cannot change them. It is up to the maker to stop using them, and they won't, because it's a simple button that they press in lychee slicer. So they take their model, they tell it to run an algorithm, it runs their algorithm, it puts them in specific positions that they want, and then it will say, now add supports, not realizing that they can go to the support base and change it from this to a regular skate support. Now, I'll show you a model that has a good support base. Now, that would be this one. Now, this model, look at that support base. There is no way that that support base is going to cause any kind of suction cup issues. Okay, you can see the difference in the skirt base. That's what this is. It's called a skirt base. And that is what I'm trying to explain to people. It's the skirt base that you need to look at. So when you buy pre-supported miniatures, okay, make sure, and I cannot fucking stress this, make sure that there is no skirt base like this. Okay, because if there is, it's gotta go nowhere. So what I'm gonna do is I am gonna grab same body. In fact, this one is the body. Oh, that's the legs. Sorry. I'm gonna grab the legs like so. And I'm going to show you how to support this correctly. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to here, I'm going to rotate it, and I'm literally going to match the upside down of that one. Okay, now I'm immediately going to go to support. Then I'm going to double check my settings, adaptive support style, middle. Okay, not too bad, but we can actually go a little bit more heavier than that. We go a little bit more heavy on the supports. There we go. Now, there is two here that I think might need a little bit of love. It's that one and that one, and those are infill supports. See, already done infill supports there. The feet should be okay. There we go. Okay. Now look at the. Now we're going to go back to prepare. Now, as you can see, they look drastically different. But where's the internal support for that? There isn't any. That's again, that's how I know Lychee Slicer did this. So what we can do is I can then, with the power of editing, do the same to all the other pieces. And you'll see what I'm talking about when I say that the model will have issues. So yeah. So we've done the same to the torso, and in fact I think my supports are actually a lot more supportive than this one. So that's the torso done, that's the upper body done. Next will be the hooded head. Hood. Alright. This should be a pretty easy one to do. Again, I've gone with the heavy supports because it is a bigger model. Okay, so it does have a little bit of an internal, want an internal support. That's fine. So we will give them internal supports. It's going to want more than just one in the head up top there, and it might want one in the mouth. There we go. That we can do. That's going to ensure that the upper jaw, the upper teeth render properly. Again, so that can get yoinked. So we've done the head, the body, so we need the weapon now. Okay. Now, weapons are always a pain in the ass, especially if they've got a long shaft like that. so weapon. We'll drop it down. This is one of the only issues I've seen so far with the new Lychee Slicer software. Is they've tried to make it more intuitive to use, but in doing so, they've kind of also made it a little bit less. Turn it sideways. Yeah, we're gonna cack it out a little bit. There we go. So that can now go. We can move that over. Go to support. I'm going to undo a quick start detect. It's found only four islands, and that's fine. I can deal with the 4. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to rename this. Okay. Nope, don't want to. Oh. So now we can actually close this software and bring up my other software. This is called UV Tools. You can get this on GitHub. One of the best tools ever. This will work with any printer, and I mean any printer, FDM, resin, doesn't matter. It will work with you because it works on the file. Okay? When you use a sort of slicing software, you have to put in the parameters of your printer. Your level, your resin, everything, all of that metadata is saved in your STL file. Okay, this is how I know people can sell timed printed STLs. What that means is each STL file can only be printed X amount of times before the file becomes corrupted. Okay, and I know this because I've been working on it with someone to help people stop piracy. Now you take your file, you drag and drop it in, and it's decoding the layers. Okay, now, your printer and file format seems to only support the following versions. 2, however, the file comes with version 4 set. This is outside the support range. Keeping that version may not print on your machine, but can mislead UV Tools to set the used features and your printer firmware doesn't support, or vice versa, leading to unexpected behaviors. Do you want to change the version 4 to the latest supported version 2? Yes, I do. So you click yes. And oh look, it's now working just fine. Now, what you want to do is you want to click on suggestions and automations. This will now correct all the printer issues. You click apply. It's got to do this to all the layers. So depending on how big the model is and various other things, this program will also eat up a lot of RAM. I have 32 gigs of RAM on this machine. I'm going to be upgrading to 64 gigs here soon during the Black Friday sales. So don't worry about that. Now, then you want to click on the little nuclear reactor and then you click detect. Again, this is going to start chewing through RAM. It's chewing through 1.6 gigs of RAM per second. This program is very RAM intensive. So sometimes if you've got a laptop, it'll take a little while later. So there we go. Now this is a older processor. This is a AMD Ryzen 7 2700. I will be replacing it with a 5800 X3D here soon. Now, it's detected a few things. It's detected some islands, and it's detected some resin traps. Okay? Now, resin traps are easy to fix, so are islands. So what you can do, click little repair issues. Now, there's no empty layers, so we can uncheck that. There's no suction cups, so we can uncheck that. Leave everything else default, 5, 4, and 2. The reason why is because this was recalibrated when we first brought in the STL file. Do not touch those numbers. Don't touch them. Then you just click repair layers and issues. Then yes. And you just let it do its thing. What it's doing is it's going to start filling in certain areas. Like it says, oh, we can skip this layer, merge these two together, do this, do that. It can start tweaking a few things. Now, it's found a few more. Again, every time you're modifying your files, it will find more. Now, don't worry about the islands. Let's concentrate on the resin traps. So now we can just go remove that, and it's now solely going to work on the resin traps. There's been times I have pulled a file from a 3D printer, and there's been nothing wrong. It's found no errors. Put it on that printer, printed perfect every single time. I do not run a print on that printer on my FlashForge 8.9. I do not run a single print on that FlashForge without running it through UV Tools first. This is mandatory for me now. This whole step, what I'm doing here, is mandatory for me. I must run it through UV Tools. Mostly because, there you go, only 2 islands. Out the 4 that was left from the auto config, it's only found 2. There and there. On the head. That's it. That's how easy it is. Now we can go to File, Save. Yes. Now it's going to re-encode the file with all the new settings and various other things, which is always fun. And now we go to File. Now this is the most important. Convert to. Now FlashForge use SVGX. Now your printer may use a different print code. So I'm just going to click FlashForge. Then I'm going to keep the name the same. And it's going to copy the file. And no, hitting F2 and removing the previous and deleting the from OBJ to STL or something like that does not work. Okay? Yes, we want to open it up. Now, what I'm about to do is I'm going to close the old one. This is the new one. And what I'm going to do is I am going to just go through it again. Double check, all good. Go through detect. This is just a simple step that you can do to ensure that your print is going to come out, going to be fine. Again, maintenance. Always make sure that your printers are okay and maintained. If you don't, you're going to get faulty prints. Okay, if you use an MDM printer, okay, make sure that your bed's level. Always check. There you go. Only the 2 so it's perfectly fine. The file is good. So now we can exit, and then we can take our file, and we can then take this file, this Reaper file right here, the SVGX, put it on a thumb drive, take it over to our printer, and it will print. And that's it. That's what I do, guys. It's not hard. It does take a while. And if you have any more questions, comments, or concerns, please leave them in a comment down below, and I will do my best to help you. Until then, guys, stay safe, have fun, keep shows flying, keep your enemies dying. Cobra Commander is out, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Ciao. Hey guys, it has been several hours later. Hair's a mess because went to bed. It's literally like 6 in the morning, and I want to show you the end result of the STL files that you saw in this video, and here it is. This is one of them. This is going to be a really good centerpiece for my Necron army when I start it, of course. I like to build on centerpiece items first, like your HQs, monstrous creatures, things of that nature. So hive tyrants, carnifexes, things of that nature, before I start painting, printing, whatever, the lesser minions like the grunts and things of that nature. The reason why I do that is because it will allow me to see the color theme, the scheme, and everything else right there, and get a feel for a vibe for the army and the direction I want to take it, things of that nature. So I've got a head cold, so I sound like crap. But anyway, guys, so yeah, don't necessarily stick with the boring supports that comes with pre-supported miniatures. Most of them are done in Lychee Slicer, and most of them that are done in Lychee Slicer will always have that stupid overhang hook lip system that will cause nothing but suction cup issues, which will tear your FEP sheets. It will damage your prints. It will cause a lot of problems. I'm not saying that the supports are wrong. Okay, I'm not saying that the supports are wrong. I'm saying that the base, the skate of what all the supports are on is wrong. That's all. And as you can see, this has printed fine. This has printed fine. What else? Where'd you go? Oh, here you go. This Star Fury from Babylon 5 printed just fine. So it all comes down to did I move him? I think I moved him. Yeah, I moved him elsewhere down there. Anyway, and I've got another print ready to come off the bed. And I've got to print a whole bunch of other miniatures and stuff too today. So for a diorama for my Emperor's Children. So point is, guys, you can do it. Okay, it does take a little bit of work, but you can do it. You can make your models work. Okay. So yeah, guys, I can't wait to throw some paint on this thing and base her up and make her stand out and look all purdy, as they say, and various other things. So yeah. So anyway, guys, I just want to let you know that you can do it. You can do anything you put your mind to. And I mean this. You can literally do anything you put your mind to. And don't be afraid to experiment. Don't be afraid to try. Yeah. When it comes to your 3D printers, always validate your files. Get a file validator like UV Tools. I've got a video tutorial. It's a bit dated. I'll do an updated video tutorial if you guys want me to. Anyway, guys, till then, leave a like on the video, leave a comment, and yeah, if you're new around here, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, and I will see you in the next video, guys. Till then, take care. Bye, guys.